So Father had the idea that he wanted to try a drive-in Mass because parishioners really wanted to get back and connected with the church, and we just couldn't safely do it inside the church building. But the idea of a drive-in seemed safe. If we were in our cars, we would be, by default, isolated.
Welcome to St. Joe, Ron. How you been?
There's a considerable number of our seniors who are very devout, and they love coming to Mass, they love receiving Holy Communion, but they're afraid. They're afraid of the pandemic. It's still out there. They're very vulnerable. They're older, they have underlying health conditions, and having this Mass was just a wonderful event for them.
We looked at different parking lot areas that we had control of around the church, and started to think about how we could position a reasonable number of cars. We can fit 80 cars here with a good view of the altar, and then where we would position an altar as well. The idea of creating an elevated altar structure is really helpful, because otherwise the front row of cars would see and no one else.
A reading from the Holy Gospel according to John. Jesus said to the Jewish crowds, "I am the living bread that came down from heaven.
The drive-in Mass is a way for them to receive the Eucharist, the body of Christ, and without getting out of their cars, and even adds another layer of precaution and safety for them. But yet we were able to distribute Holy Communion today, and it was very emotional for me. It was a powerful experience because these are folks that long to receive, and they've been missing that beautiful experience for the last several months. And so it was a great event, and God blessed us with a beautiful day. So we're thankful. We're thankful for that. We couldn't ask for more.
Well, it's very appropriate that it was the Feast of Corpus Christi, the body and blood of Christ. It is beautiful that it coincided with that. And all you have to do is see, with the reverence and the devotion, and even the tears in their eyes, as they received the body of Christ today. It was all worthwhile, and it's important that we continue doing it.
It's so important to re-engage the world and our fellow citizens and parishioners in some way that works within this, and that takes creativity. Just waiting for everything to go away is a possible strategy, but it's looking like a long time. So we have the time and the opportunity to think outside of our normal way of doing business, and sometimes it's going back into history. So the notion of the drive-in theater was something many of us remember from our childhood. Well, some of those old concepts can be rebirthed and make sense in the new environment. The turnout was much more than I expected, and the feedback was much higher than I expected. It was very, very well received. So I'm pretty sure we'll be back here next weekend.
Thank you.
Please click on the Archdiocese of Chicago Shield to subscribe to our YouTube channel, where you'll find hundreds of Catholic videos. And for more great Catholic content, connect with us on social media.